way the information is currently available. Just being able to find that in a more efficient and trustworthy way would be great for fintechs like us, so that we can provide that transparency to the end user. But the other thing is also how slow the big banks are typically when it comes to adopting a new framework.
The investment style API is there's still some room for improvement, I think, in terms of how we get the kind of the basic information down the channel from the investment providers. And there are some excellent brokers who do that, and there are kind of people who brokers which are kind of less engaged with the process of developing their APIs. So I'm looking forward to that becoming less of an issue over the course of this year.
I think one of the really interesting developments, which is complex, is that there's going to be this whole world of satellites and sensors, which is just proliferating incredibly. We spoke to a company called Mantle Labs. What Mantle Labs were doing was using satellites. They had technology to actually cut through cloud cover. They were looking down into the fields, again in India, actually, agricultural, and they would compare with credit risk data, climate risk data. And they would say, on the west of this region, typically they're always good. They always deliver the crop. They're always good for their credit. But on the eastern side of the region, patchy, every 5 years, there's a problem. And what they did, therefore, was literally wouldn't send out collectors for the money into the eastern region in a drought year or a famine year. Now they're able to get much more nuanced using the climate analysis data from the satellites to be able to say, okay, no, I can really see that you should be able to pay, or you are good for credit, by combining satellite data, risk data, credit risk data, and obviously climate data. And that's delivering a real, in the field response, but also allowing them to build a better book of business. The narrative obviously is, we need to have a taxonomy. We need to know what color, green is, shades of green. We need to have green labeling. We need to have standards, and all of that's true. But by the time, we get all of that, it's going to be too late. So I think we do have to sort of get our fintech mojo on here, and because there was a lot of that kind of conversation going on from the banks around open banking, and yet the fintechs went out there and said, no, I'm getting what I've got. I'm either going to do screen scraping, and people said, well, screen scraping, all sorts of issues. Of course there were, but it started building the muscle, getting the data, showing the consumer the art of the possible. And Helen and I were chatting earlier on about our good old friend Nick Ogden. Nick Ogden founded WorldPay. He then went on to found ClearBank, and he's doing it again now with RTGS Global. He doesn't wait for standards. He goes and says, there's a problem here. Are you okay if I fix it? And they go, well, we don't know how to do it, but if give it a go. We need the pioneers, as you both are, to basically say, I'll take what I've got, and I'll show the art of the possible.